Like, we probably gonna save it for another video. It was a lot of questions about make sure you saving and all that.
Yeah, it was a lot of questions about like as far as like the money and stuff. And
let's end this one, and then we can do a little quick sit down about this conversation, and then it can be a whole nother video.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's end this, and then we can go into another one about the thing.
Okay.
Hi, Skylar. Welcome to Day David.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel.
That was my phone?
So, yeah, somebody was beeping. Freddie and I are picking up where we left off at in the last vlog that you guys watched. We have about 2 more questions that we want to ask.
It's not questions.
They're not. They were comments.
It was comments, and we just found it interesting because we want to get other people's
perspectives on
yeah,
them.
yeah. Exactly.
And we're going to be asking you in a form of a question their comment.
So please leave some comments.
Down.
Leave the comments because we would like to know.
Hold on, we'll be right back. Skylar got her. She got the iPad too loud. So while I'm waiting for Freddie, basically what we're gonna do is we're taking 2 comments that were said. We're not gonna say the person's name who said them because it's not necessarily like we're not trying to make this a personal thing, so to speak. We just want to see your perspectives on what this person said to us. This was a comment that they gave to us, and we want to ask it in the form of a question to you guys to get your perspective and tell us how you feel on this particular subject. Because we're gonna break it down and tell you how we feel, but we also want to know like what are your thoughts on it too. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the first one. All right, here you go, Freddie. My arm already tired. I told him, you hold the camera this time. My arm giving out.
I can't breathe.
What was you doing? Okay, so, all right, the first question.
Can you see, mate?
Of course they can. So the first question was, always make sure, or not question, I don't know why I keep saying question.
It's a statement.
The statement, the comment that was made was, always make sure, and I'm paraphrasing it, so it may not be word for word, just so y'all can figure out who it was.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. Always make sure you put away at least 5 years worth of lifestyle money in case someone loses their job.
When it comes to living, not just necessarily a house, just
in general.
Yeah, just in general, like whether you live in an apartment, townhome, house, trailer park, RV, whatever, you know.
How do you guys feel about that? Not necessarily how do you feel about that. Back it up. How many of you are actually living like that? How many of you, if you don't mind saying it, how many of you are actually have 5 years worth of lifestyle money put away in your savings account?
When they say lifestyle, I really think they mean just like just
money to pay your bills
yes.
and mortgage in case something were to happen. Like how many of you in this day and age right now have 5 years worth of income saved up? I'm pretty sure there's some people that do. Depending on how your lifestyle is, you may or may not. But
that's a lot of money. 5 years worth.
For us, 5 years worth of lifestyle money.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm like, do I even make 5 years worth of my life? Let me stop. But no, like, I'm not gonna lie. We do not have 5 years worth of lifestyle money put in our savings account right now. We do not. Do we have money in our savings account?
Dave Ramsey. A lot of people listen to what's his name? Dave Ramsey.
Yeah.
He said you should have 5 to 6 months worth of your bill money. Like if you was to lose your job or something, he said you should have 5 to 6 months worth of money to take care of that. And I'm like, that's kind of tough too.
That's why they offer insurances. So I'm just saying, like, let's say you can't afford to put that type of money up. You can buy an insurance policy that will, like, for example, like Aflac, stuff like that. You can buy an insurance policy that can help you in case that you lose your job or you have a medical issue and you can't work. They'll help you pay your bills. So this is just options for people who are starting to think about this.
But in general, he's saying, I watched the video last night on YouTube. Yeah. He's saying that when you buy a house, you should not buy a house unless you have 5 to 6 months worth of bill money to pay if something happened to you, whether job loss, injury, divorce, death, or whatever. You know, he's saying you should have 5 to 6 months. And I'm like, is that realistic?
I mean, for some people it could be. We gotta be honest.
We don't have that.
That ain't realistic over here.
It's realistic, but we don't have it. We don't have it. And and
we didn't have it the first time. We didn't have it the second time.
We never had it. We never had.
This is what we do. This is what we did do though. Because I don't want them to think, dang, well y'all ain't.
No, we say, but
we say
when he said when he said that, he mean you should have
before you even start
your mortgage rent or your mortgage or rent, whatever you pay, you should have that times 5 plus your light bill, phone bill, water bill. You should have 5 to 6 months worth of that your monthly expenses away for 5 to 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, technically this time around we will be like that though, but that's because of the fact that we have come up with a plan to.
No, but it's not about us. I just want to get their perspective. Yeah, okay. Because we don't have it. We don't have it
right now. No,
we don't have
it.
Nope. You know, I think we had it probably like 2 to 3 months at one point, but that wasn't the point of the savings. Like, you know, the point of the savings is just to save. It wasn't particularly just this is our money just in case something happen. You know what I mean? That wasn't what it was for.
Cause I'm still stuck on that 5 years. I'm like,
no, I know that's
no.
But based on what Dave Ramsey said, you should have this stuff in order before you even think about buying a home. You should have
5 to 6 months worth of funds to the side.
Whatever your monthly expense is gonna be, you should have. So if your rent $1,000 and your utilities and all that other stuff $500, you should have that time. You should have $1,500 times 6, or whatever that is. What is like $8,000, $9,000?
Oh, let's do the math real quick.
$1,500. That's just hypothetical. That's just running numbers right now. So if your rent $1,000, your utilities are $500 total, like light bill, water bill, cable bill, all that stuff. Which is gonna be more, but just throw a number out there.
And it got to be for 6 months.
Yeah. So what's it's $1,500 times.
So you need to have at least $4,000 in your bank account.
That's not right.
It is. Yeah, if your monthly expenses is $1,500
times 6.
Times 6. Oh, sorry, my bad, y'all. I did mess it up. 9,000.
Yeah.
You should have about $9,000 in your bank account. If your light bill, water bill, phone bill is $500,
which
and
we
your
know
rent
is
is
higher.
$1,000,
It's just know it's way higher than that. You know what I'm saying? That's just a random number that we
then
just
you should have $9,000 in your bank account.
Yeah, before you even think about buying. You know what I mean? And that's not even including your down deposit and your closing costs and all that type of stuff, or any stuff you plan on upgrading, or you know you want to move in with a new furniture and all that stuff. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about regular people, like people who work 9 to 5. I'm not talking about people who own, like, you know, multi-million-dollar businesses, or.
No, we talking to people like you.
We talking about regular people who work, you know, they 40 hours a week, or you know, 50 hours a week, or whatever. You know, just regular people.
Yeah.
No, if you make over 6 figures, you know, you making $200,000, $300,000 a year. Then I'm not talking. I'm talking about people that like us who make.
Regular people money.
Yeah, I don't want to put a cap on it, but it's like, you know, who just make the average person, just the average consumer, you know. I just want to know how you guys feel about it. And what's the next question?
Okay, and so the next question was, well, not next question, but the next piece of advice / comment was, buy a home that you can afford off one person's salary. That, to be honest, depending on where you live, that could be a possibility. Depending on, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, certain cities, certain states are more expensive than others. Okay, so if you live in a certain state or city that is very high, that's not realistic.
Yeah,
that is why some people move.
But to be honest,
to be in a
to be honest, that's the way you want to live. You want to live that way. You will want to live that way. You want to live like, okay, if I lose my job, I want to make sure that you can take care of the household until I get back on my feet, or you lose your job, I can take care. That's how you want to live. But like she said, in some places it's
going to be
very
hard to do that and live for us and live the way we want to live to do that. No.
Well, I ain't gonna say the way you want to live, because if you can't go by those standards, you don't need to live the way you want to live. But I'm saying I would want to follow that model, but it's like, in reality, it's gonna be tough, because
I would say to really look at what you can afford, and then go out and look at what you can afford off your salary, and tell me if that's something you're willing to do. Yeah,
because where we stay, that's, even if we wasn't living in the house, minus the house, guys, rent and where we live at now, for 1 bedroom, you paying like $1,000 minimum.
And that's not even a nice one.
And that's in the hood. The hood, where you don't want to park your nice car. You don't want to get caught bringing no nice big screen TV in your house. You don't want to.
You're across the street from Section 8.
You don't want nobody to see nothing you got in your house, because there's a potential you're gonna get robbed when you ain't home. And it's that type of area.
Yeah, for a decent area where it's not
for a decent area that's like, you know, that's like kind of like somewhat, you talking $1,300-$1,400.
We went looking, actually, and where's the paper? We went looking at the apartments because we were trying to get an idea of how much it costs, because the apartments have changed since the last time we lived in one. And I could not believe the amount that they're charging people for a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom apartment.
To live in a decent...
Like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't even like an apartment with the works in it. It was just a regular apartment. Like, no, not necessarily any granite or all of that stuff. Just a regular kitchen, you know, with some cabinets and a regular refrigerator and just living in a regular place.
Yeah.
You paying top dollar.
You paying $1,400,
you paying almost $1,400-$1,500, and that's a 1-bedroom.
And that's living a decent
on the
area.
3rd floor.
Yeah.
Like, I could not believe it. I'm like,
I'm
not trying to.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, not trying to put our business out there, but we're gonna kind of put it out there. When we bought our first house, you guys, we had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a 2-car garage, a little bit of yard in the front and the back, and we paid around what? It
was like $1,050. It was basically like $1,000
for that. And they're charging,
and it was in a good area too. It was in a wonderful area, well sought out there.
It was a smaller home, but it was in a good area. And I'm looking at the price, and I mean, this was unfortunately this was a few years ago, so I know the prices have gone up. But I could not believe the amount of money they're charging people for rent. It's just.
And then if you want to live in a nice area, an apartment, you talking $1,700-$1,800. That's for 1-bedroom.
And that right there is mortgage prices. That to me is mortgage prices. You can get a mortgage if you can't afford to pay that in rent. You could get a mortgage.
But when I say nice, I mean like it's luxury. Like you got
like you live in an apartment that's.
You got.
I want to say you live in an apartment that's designed like this.
Yeah,
house,
you basically living in a townhome, a really nice townhome. When I say the nice apartment, just the average. Just the average apartment. You.
But like I think I want to challenge myself. We're not necessarily like. For real gonna do this, but I'm going to look up a home. I'm going to look up a home to see what can we afford based on my salary alone or based on Freddie's salary alone, and we're gonna like mock house hunt.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go on the internet and do it. You don't have to go anywhere.
No,
I just want to see for myself.
We basically did it because the first one we bought, it was just only me on the mortgage.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, I know we still pay the bills together, but I got qualified by myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying that I could have bills by myself, but obviously the bank said, okay, he make enough to where he can. Cause the bank saying they not gonna let you get a loan if
it's over a certain amount.
I think it's like 48%, or that's the max. That's the very very max that you can go. The banks won't approve you unless you under 48% of your income, your monthly income. So obviously the bank said, okay, he makes enough money to afford this home, and they guesstimate your utilities and all that stuff. They calculate that in too. So
they're not gonna let you get a home if you can't afford it.
Yeah, basically.
It's not like how it used to be where they would just give you a balloon raise and be like, it's
you
all right.
You ain't gonna get a home.
They don't do that.
You can't afford it.
Well, the lenders that we're going through don't do that.
No, that's not in general.
I hope they all don't.
It have to be approved through the underwriters and all that stuff.
Okay.
They're not gonna let you if you can't afford the home based on that percentage. And even if you get approved through the percentage, doesn't mean you can afford it, based on your living style.
But I will say this: for those of you that are out there that can afford a home on one person's salary,
that's really good.
That is awesome.
That is the goal.
And I want to commend you because it's a lot of us out here that can't do that.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, that's goals.
Yeah, that's goals. That's the way you want to.
That's the way you want to
live.
live.
Both of these comments, I would love to be able to live.
I would love to have 5 years worth of my lifestyle money in case.
A home
we might need to start trying to figure out how we can do that. Because that sounds nice.
But you don't. That's what I'm saying. They really say you don't supposed to buy a home unless you're in that situation. So technically, we don't supposed to be in the home.
Oh, we supposed to still be safe.
Yeah, but based on what we stay, based on what we stay, you paying.
We would have to leave here.
No, but listen. You based on what we at right now, and we rent, we paying the same thing we would be paying for a mortgage, like give or take.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the point of renting and trying to save all these years and years and years just to get 6?
True.
You know what I'm saying? And then
because you can get a mortgage for the same price that you're paying in rent.
Yes, for the rent. Like I said,
but you sitting there waiting 5 years to get that money saved up.
That's what I said. Based on where you live, it's different,
Yeah.
Because he basically saying if you live down here and you don't make a hell of a lot of money, then you shouldn't buy a house. That's what Dave Ramsey said. If you don't have 6-7 months worth of monthly expenses saved up, you shouldn't buy a house.
Yeah.
And if you can't afford one person can't afford to pay all the bills by themselves, then you shouldn't buy a house. And I'm like, where we live at now, if that's
you'd have to make a hell of a lot of money
that's what I'm trying
to be
say.
able to do that. Like, I mean,
even if you're renting, that's what I'm trying. Not just a house.
Yeah.
even renting, you have to make, you know, I'm talking 6 figures. I'm talking 100 plus for one person.
Because where we live at, the county we live in, it's a very expensive county, and that's why people move.
It's not even the county; it's the state. Because
anywhere
from here down south is expensive. Even up north, like it's just the state in general.
I just think like in today's day and age, everything is pretty pricey now. So you got to kind of pick and choose what you want to do. You know, if you're the type of person. Oh, my finger inside. That's how I feel. If you're the type of person who likes to play it safe, and this is something that you were raised doing, and you made sure that you put that away, then kudos to you. I'm not knocking you for doing that, because that's something that I want my children to be able to develop the concept to do. Unfortunately for me and Freddie, we don't necessarily have that concept. But it's not trying to. I'm not trying to say that you can't do it if you don't have that concept. You can do it, but you're gonna be taking a slight risk when you do that.
A risk for what?
Like I'm saying, like living the way we live, doing how we do. Like we don't have 5 years, and we're gonna go buy a house.
But I don't see it as a risk. I really don't.
Well, I'm saying for somebody who's very cautious.
As long as you put money up and you know you don't.
But we didn't even get to that part.
Well, we gotta get.
We got 5 minutes left to talk. You better hurry up.
We had 15 minutes.
Yeah, how long is it supposed to be?
We supposed to make 10 minutes.
Oh, this long already. I thought we was doing 20 minutes. Well, y'all got an extra 10 out of us. But not like
what you saying?
I was gonna tell them, like, you know, the difference with us and I know it's not necessarily just about us right now, because we were talking about you guys as well. But like, what I want you to understand with our situation and what we're going through is we are selling a home and taking those proceeds of the home to put towards another home. So instead of saving for like the 5 years to get all of that stuff, we taking that out of the home. So when we moving as if we had all of this saved in, but we personally did not save it. We just stayed in the home long enough until the equity built up, and then we took it and moved. So that's an option too for some of you that are out there that already have a home. When your equity goes up, you can do it that way.
But
so it's
not guaranteed.
No, it's not guaranteed. But I'm just saying, if you have the opportunity, which is why people are like, well, why y'all want to leave? Because it's not always, you don't always have the opportunity to have equity in your home like that. So if you do have it in your home, you kind of want to do something with it.
Well, that's if you plan on like for us, we moved in this home knowing that we want to get a bigger home. Because when we bought this home, guys, it was just 3 of us. It was me, her, and little Freddie.
I didn't even know I was pregnant at the time.
We found out we was expecting Skylar like a few months after we moved in. We was like, dang, we knew that we would have
got the other home.
So we would have tried to go for a bigger home, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you move in a home and you know that, okay, this is my starter home, or this is my home I'm gonna live in for a few years until I graduate or until I get my promotion, I'm gonna go get my dream home, like, you know.
And you don't have to start big. Like, I don't know why people think they have to go so big. You can start small. You can get you a small home and then just go from there. Our very first home was small.
It wasn't that small.
It's smaller than where we're in right now.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, like, I'm just saying,
but
like,
it was what I'm trying to say,
I don't know. Tell them the square footage if you remember.
It was the house was like 1,800 total, but it was like 1,300 under air, which is like
so now you got
the living square footage.
But like what I'm saying is,
you make it like it was on like 800 square feet home.
No, that's not even an apartment. That's a studio. But I'm just saying, like, when we first started off, we didn't start off with the big dream home. We started off with something that we could afford, something small. And then from there, and actually the first time around, we did buy a home that one of us can afford off one person's salary, which was Freddie. So we did do that the first time around. We did that. We got it off based off Freddie's salary.
Wasn't like we planned on doing it. It just happened.
Yes, it just happened that way. And in all honesty, remember why we did do it that way?
And you was working at McDonald's.
Shut up!
You was working at McDonald's, you guys. She was a shift manager, not the store manager.
Chelsea, you better tell him to shut up.
She was a shift manager.
Tell him to shut up before we start telling his business. Girl, we gonna tell him what we talked about when we was at y'all house. Tell him to hush. Tell him to hush. You too, TJO. We gonna tell your secrets too. But nah, this video might be 20 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, so this was like part 1 of our little sit down chit chat. We wanted to do it like a little bit more formal actually, but this is more comfortable. If you guys like it like this, it's real laid back, chill, let us know in the comment section and we'll come back with a part.
But I want to hear you guys' response to these 2 statements. Like,
yeah.
No, if you live this way, that's really, really, really good. I congratulate. That's that's the way you want to live. But we just telling you guys we don't. We save and we have a savings,
but it's not to that extent.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have followed one of these rules because we did in the beginning, but going forward, not so much.
Yeah.
And how we're able to move like we move is we take the equity out of our homes and dump them all into the next homes.
Yeah.
That's how we do it. So there's no, we saved up and we made it.
Yeah, I know some people, they work and they save up for years and years, which is good. Some people, that's
we
really,
didn't save up for
no, but that's the way you want to live. That's the way you want to live. Like the way we do it. I won't say the wrong way, but we do it. We go the tougher route.
We do it the flip or flop way.
No, that's not.
I'm kidding.
We go the tougher route.
Yeah.
And if you do it this way,
you'll have no headaches. You'll have no problems. Everything will be so smooth.
This is the best way to do it. It's the best way to do it. And the two people that made the comments, if you guys live by that, that's really good. I congratulate you guys. Well, we don't. And yeah, that's it, you guys. So
you ready to end it?
I would love to hear you guys responses to what we spoke about.
And this is a judge-free zone, so don't be down in the comments judging
and
people
we
for
ain't
how
judge
they feel.
nobody. Don't judge us. We ain't judging y'all.
Yeah.
We all.
Don't judge me.
Hopefully we all, well, most of us are adults in the YouTube world. I mean, what kid want to watch this episode? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So most people, I'm pretty sure, are 18 and up. You know.
Yeah, trying to get their life together, trying to start off on the right foot.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want to discourage anybody. If your parents told you to do it this way,
I feel like if you have opportunity to get a home and you feel like you're not doing it the right way, I feel like if you feel comfortable the way you're doing, then do it.
Yeah,
because based on not these people, but based on society standards like Dave Ramsey, I'm gonna call him about Dave Ramsey.
Freddie is not a fan of Dave Ramsey.
No, I am a fan, but I'm a fan. I just don't agree with everything he say. I don't think that because you don't have it, you shouldn't go for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you have it, that's good. If you can do it, that's good. But just because I don't have 5 to 6 months, that doesn't mean I shouldn't have it.
But the thing is, what I'm saying is that you kind of do have the 5 to 6 months. It was built in the equity.
No, I'm just saying if I'm buying a house for the first time, I'm trying to say.
Oh,
that's
first
what he's
time.
saying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So he had a call in, and he said, "I'm thinking about buying a home." He said, "I saved up a few thousand, whatever, and I want to buy a home." He was like, "Do you have 6 months worth of your monthly expenses gonna be?" He was like, "No." He was like, "Well, you don't need to buy a house." And he said like that, like you shouldn't do it.
I will say this. It's a risk if you do it, and if you're willing to take that risk, go for it. But if you're not willing, and Freddie doesn't find it as a risk, Freddie sees it as just an opportunity, and you taking an opportunity because your situations can change over time. You can make more money or you can lose money. Yeah. Like, things happen. Nothing is guaranteed.
But as long as you're not putting yourself in a scratch, if your monthly payment, you can afford that payment. And yeah, even if you have a hiccup every now and then, okay, I can borrow money here or whatever the case is, then go for it, bro. And then especially if you got if it's you and your wife or your spouse or whatever, if y'all doing it together, then what's the problem? Yeah. Everybody can't do that one income thing, but we
did it one time.
But I'm saying in today's
society, I don't know.
Yeah.
We technically in today's society,
too long. We gotta cut it
but
off.
Technically in today's society, we could do it. It's just we got used to living this way, so it's gonna be hard to go back to doing it that way.
Alright, we gotta say goodbye to them.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Look how late it is. Okay, guys. Good night. Thank you so much for watching us and hanging out with us and commenting and not being judgy and letting everybody speak how they feel.
Everybody, let's debate down there. Let's have a debate show.
Yeah, we'll be down in the comments, so y'all leave a comment. We'll be down in there. We're gonna be back and forth. You'll see mine and Freddie's. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. Life is a day-to-day experience, so enjoy. And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a say goodbye.
There go Freddie.
Oh, Freddie want to end it? He got mad. We didn't let him end the last one. Hurry up before Scott comes. Scott done ended too many videos. There you go, Freddie. Go ahead. Tell him how it goes.
And 1 and a 2 and a say goodbye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Say goodbye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Thumbs up if you like this video, and always be happy. Boom.